friendships, bonds that are supposed to be unbreakable. But what happens when money gets involved? Alright, man oh man, do I got one for y'all. I watched this when it first dropped back in 2022, and I enjoyed it. The anime I'm talking about is TOMODACHI GAME. If anything, this shit taught me, it really be your own. Enough yapping, let's get it. So the story begins with our main man, Yuichi, a high school student working a 9-to-5 to make enough money to go on a school trip with his friends, which is 70k yen per person. Yeah, I don't know what type of school this is to have high schoolers cough up that much money. I know my broke ass wouldn't have been able to go. We meet his friend group, Shibe, Shiho, Tenji, and Yudori. Life was looking good until the bad news hit. The 2 million yen total for the school trip has been stolen. Yep, just like that, school trip over. Some students suspected it was Shiho or Shibe. One night, Yuichi gets a letter at his door from Shiho to meet her, and he goes, and it was all his friends saying they got a letter from him. And then out of nowhere, they get abducted. They wake up in this padded room. A mascot enters the room named Manabu, and he tells them they will be playing a game. Each game they clear, they will be getting 2 million yen, and will be able to repay their 20 million yen debt. Yep, someone in the group is 20 million in debt and already paid the 2 million entry fee, meaning they stole the school trip money as an entry fee to get into these games. They have the choice to leave, but won't get the entry fee back. The person in debt will have to return the money themselves, but if they play, they can split the debt for 4 million each. If they lose, the debt won't increase, but each will be stuck with the remaining on their individual debt. Manabu then gives them 5 minutes to decide what they want to do. Imagine one of your friends forcing you into this, bruh. You're not my homie no more after that. Shiho says they shouldn't waste time figuring out who it is, and that they just wanted help from their friends. Yuichi had the same look as me when she said this. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Regardless, they decide to play, and Manabu takes them to the first game, that game being Kokori. They have to place their finger on the big coin and move it to the answer they think is right, either yes or no. If one person votes different than Kokori, it will favor the minority. There's 5 questions, and they have to just get one, and they can't talk to each other. Sounds easy as hell. First question read by Shibe. The tallest mountain in Japan is Mount Fuji. The coin moves to no, and they get it wrong. Shiho almost crashed out, making them lose, but they stop her in time. The second question is read by Shiho, asking if 1 + 1 = 2. Yuichi is like, there's no way we get this wrong. The coin moves to no again, and they get it wrong. Yuichi then figures someone is a traitor, but wonders why. The third question is read by Tenji, asking if their country is Japan in English, and again, answer no and fail the question. Yuichi is next to read, but opening the envelope, he notices there is no question, making him realize he needs to think of a question himself. He then notices a small print stating that if the coin moves to yes, he will clear the game, but if it moves to no, the reader's debt will be halved. Yuichi then believes that his friends chose the easy answers and gave incorrect ones themselves to have their debt. Yuichi wonders if he should choose yes, but that will only reduce 400k yen from his debt and end the game. Yuichi then reads the question asking if there are 7 days in a week. He tries to be a W-mans and choose yes, but someone else moves it to no. Like, bruh, what the fuck? Yuichi wonders if someone's trying to dump all the debt to Yudori, but then realizes that if the 5th question is the same, it will all balance out. But he then suspects the 5th question is different, and that the 5th question doesn't state any conditions for reducing debt, and is a yes or no question. Then Yudori reads the 5th question asking if they will be friends forever. Before they are able to vote, Yuichi talks and says,
"One more thing. Before we answer that last question, I was wondering, what's the color of Sawaragi's underwear? Does anyone know?"
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Nah, the bait almost worked, and now he got his debt doubled trying to say if they get a game over, then the traitor will be the big loser, because on Yuichi's card, it said that there's a change of rules, and the penalty will go to the one with the least debt. We also see these 2 girls watching them play, Maria and Tsukino, so clearly there's motherfuckers running this place. The coin moves to yes, and just like that, they clear the game. Before they leave, Yuichi tried to see what everyone else's card was, but the text was disappearing. Then Shiho pulls up to drop a bombshell. She confesses she has feelings for this nigga. Of all the times to do this, the nigga suspects you the most. The one weakness a real nigga has is pussy.
Everybody get naked, let's move pussy the best.
So of course they decided to team up, and Tenji was listening the whole time. I already know he about to do some fuck shit. The next game, they go to the roof, and the game is Badmouth Sugoroku, where they each have 3 minutes to write a lie about someone in the friend group. The cards can be empty or contain lies, but if they do lie, they start from the beginning, and the number of spaces they move will be determined by the God survey. Yeah, they got people watching and voting on which secret is the most unforgivable. The person that makes it to the end first will take on all the debt collected from the game. The first round, all cards started off blank, so they all tack on 100k yen in debt, and the second round was blank again. This time, it was 500k yen tacked on. That was enough for all hell to break loose. In the third round, one of the cards is in blank, saying that Shiho likes Yuichi, but she used to date Tenji. Since it's the only card, it forces Shiho to move up. Shiho also clarified her relationship with Tenji was platonic, and they dated because they fathers was friends. The slimy shit thickens. In the fourth round, there were 3 non-blank cards, but the highest voted one was Shiho had plastic surgery. In the 5th round, Yutori got exposed for doing escort work, which is insane that young. She claimed she was being bullied and needed the money to pay off her bullies to leave her alone. Damn, that's crazy.
Wouldn't let that shit happen to me though.
Also that she was still a virgin, which is like... Okay. Yuichi whispers something in her ear, so clearly he cooking up something. As things are messy, Sukino figures there indeed must be someone who's trying to destroy their friendship, and that may be why that person even started the Tomodachi game. Maria guesses it's either Shibei, since he rich as hell, or Tenji. Then we get revealed Tenji is deadass obsessed with Shiho. Motherfucker was stalking her, and was the one that wrote the secrets about her in Yutori. As the game went on, Shiho tried to make amends and tell the group she got plastic surgery to get rid of a scar, but that don't work. Tenji got her right where he wanted her. Shiho steps on a space where she can choose someone to expose, and Tenji reveals again he's the one that stole the 2 million yen and put them in the game. Right before she was going to pick Tenji, Shibei volunteers trying to get in good graces. Fucking idiot. She picks him, and it gets exposed about Shibei's father is a sick fuck. So he gets moved up 10 spaces. The next round, there was only one secret, and it says that Shibei killed someone. Tenji was shocked as fuck since he didn't write it, then looks over at Yuichi and oh my god, bruh.
This nigga is crazy.
Tenji believes he has a right to rob Shiho of everything since she has already robbed him of the most important thing for him, which we don't know what yet, as he says he's not gonna let Yuichi get in his way. Shibei denies he killed anybody, but nobody was fucking with him for real. Yuichi tells him no, he believes him, and said the traitor is trying to ruin their friendship. Like, bro, you the one that wrote that shit. He also said he knows who the traitor is. He won't reveal yet though, as he has a strategy to win the game. Fast forward ahead to the end of the game, this is when Yuichi locks in. Yuichi explains that one of the rules state that there's a penalty for being called lying. The last bad mouth votes, Yuichi writes the names of everyone on 5 cards and asks them to write the same thing, which will be true only for the traitor, stating to write that they are the one who applied to play Tomodachi game. If they all write the same thing, only the traitor will say the truth and won't get penalized. With the penalty, everyone will have to go in front of Shiho and reach the goal. Tenji states he can't guarantee that they will all write the same thing, but Yuichi points out that would mean that they are the traitor. Tenji starts panicking, but figures he will say that he was forced to apply for the game. Manabu collects the cards and states there is only one bad mouth, and the rest are empty. He reads the bad mouth, which is Tenji stating he applied for the game. Tenji wonders why he's the only one that wrote it, but Yuichi tells him he told him he figured a way that the traitor will expose himself. Tenji decides to cry to gain sympathy, but Yuichi ain't buying it. Yuichi grabs Tenji, giving him a scary ass look. He asks him if he applied for the game, and Tenji concedes. Holy, nah, he really hit me. Manabu then declares the game is over and Yuichi reached the goal alone. Manabu reveals that Yuichi wrote a false bad mouth in the 7th round and had just confirmed it. He tells the group that they should talk to Tenji to learn why he did this and decide if they want to forgive him or not. We also find out that the lie he wrote about Shibei killing someone, when in reality it was Yuichi that killed someone. Wait, what? It was 3 people? Oh hell no.
Lock his ass up! Lock his ass up!
Yuichi prepares to jump alone, but Tenji stops him. He turns to Manabu and states he also said a lie, which is the bad mouth of him dating Shiho. Tenji admits he wanted to destroy the friendship so that he can keep Yuichi to himself as he likes him. Man, that's cap. But Tenji proves it by kissing Yuichi and then jumps down with him. That was a crazy way to cap to be able to jump with him, but fuck it. Now they are locked in a cave for 3 days until the 3rd game begins. Tenji reveals to Yuichi that he's an experienced player who has participated in the Tomodachi game before. Back in junior high, Tenji had 2 close friends. They saved up some money to start a business together. Shiho then joined his school and met his friends. And boy, them boys was fiending for her. One of them suggested to split the money in 3 and invest them separately. Once they get a total of 20 million, the one who made the most money will be the CEO of their company and also get to propose to Shiho. That day they were kidnapped and put into the Tomodachi game, learning that one of them had a 10 million yen debt. In the 3rd game, Tenji is the sole loser and takes the 20 million debt all by himself. Tenji was released 2 days later and was told not to tell anyone about the game. He confronted his friend, asking him why he betrayed them, and he told Tenji that he used all the money for Shiho. This motherfucker was tricking. His two friends transferred. Tenji ended up revealing the Tomodachi game to his father, who went to speak with Shiho, but soon after was found dead by offing himself, allegedly. Tenji decided to investigate Shiho, but got an anonymous mail threatening him that he will disappear too. Tenji decided to gamble it all and play a Tomodachi game, corner her, and show her true colors. Tenji explains that their total debt right now is 10.8 million yen. Tenji wants to avenge his father and wants to join Yuichi in destroying the Tomodachi game. Once the 3 days are over, Yuichi and Tenji are released into a forest. A woman named Reiko visits Sukino, saying that the third game is starting and they will be facing her group, saying her group is gonna win since they have the numbers advantage. Sukino offers to bet on it, and they do. Manabu announces that the third game is friendly hide and seek. Each team must choose one hider who will hide somewhere in the forest, while the remaining members are seekers. Manabu explains that a seeker can switch to the enemy team, but if they win, he won't go to the fourth game. If you switch to the enemy team and they win, you will pass your debt to the losing team. And with just 2 people on the team, if one of them switches, the game ends immediately. Yuichi wonders what would happen if you switch but your original team wins. Manabu states that the trader will receive an amount of debt equal to the average debt of the losing team and return to the original team and participate in the fourth game. Manabu reveals that someone made it to the third game alone, and if they want to, add it to their team. Tenji naturally prepares to decline, but Yuichi wonders if it's a girl, and upon confirmation, he agrees for her to join them. Tenji says they can't trust the person, but Yuichi tells them that it's almost impossible to win with just 2 people. Maria then shows up. They got her there just to keep an eye on them so they can't destroy the game. Karukura tells Yuichi and Tenji that he will be the one to hide and they won't have a chance to win, as he will never give up. Tenji states he will be the hider as he can't make Yuichi sit, and they can't trust Maria, who can just give up. The 2 teams are then given 2 hours to hide. You also can't move the hider, and once he settles on a hiding spot, he isn't allowed to move until the game is over. Breaking any of those rules will result in an instant loss and doubling each of members' debt. Manabu then explains the things you can do and brings out cell phones that he hands out to everyone and states they can't contact anyone from the game, friend or foe. They have a give up button as well. After they pick a spot for Tenji to hide, he's going through it, bro. Bro is panicking, thinking Yuichi abandoned him since he spent 2 days in a cave without any contact from him. He tried calling, and bro was not picking up. At the end of the third day, Tenji sees Yuichi coming, bringing him food. But nah, this nigga was hallucinating. Meanwhile, Yuichi been at the campsite the entire time and makes a move and states he wants to join Group K. Eventually, he changes his mind though and continues to bait the members of Group K to get as much info as possible. The next day, Yuichi and Maria are running away from Group K to get to Tenji, so he pushes her off the cliff as a distraction. What the fuck? Homeboy saves her and immediately folded. Like, god damn, bruh, that's all it take? Meanwhile, Tenji is at his limit. Just when he's ready to push the button, water hits his lips. Yuichi states he wanted to test him and see if he would push the give up button, and if he didn't push it, he would start trusting him again. Tells him his plan is to break Group K's friendship. Fast forward, Group K finds Tenji, but sadly still ended up losing as Karukura pushed his give up button. And why, you might ask? It's because Yuichi was beating the shit out of his homeboy and wouldn't stop until he presses the give up button. Why he ain't do this sooner? But because it was against the rules to fight the other team. But in this instance, homeboy fell for the rage bait and trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho, but gets dropped by Yuichi instantly. Going out sad. The 2 get released from the games to await the 4th game. They go to school and find Yutori trying to clean the bad messages on the desk. And then she starts crying and reveals that Shiho and Shippei had disappeared. Since they didn't participate in the 3rd game, they can go home temporarily. However, they can't talk about the game or run away. They head over to Shippei's house and it's revealed that Shippei's dad has been murdered. While they are walking Shippei out the house, he's covered in blood. Yutori wants to know what's going on, but Yuichi ain't saying nothing to her anymore, and that he's done with her. He even called her a sheep.
Goodbye. You're just a stranger to us now.
Damn, got her ass crying. While they at the crib waiting, the phone rings from an unknown caller. He says a special round of the Tomodachi game is about to start, and they got Yutori tied up. They also tell him to come alone. Yuichi pulls up, and the man reveals himself as Kuroki. And this freak ass explains they gonna play the weak win game. Yuichi has to endure 3 rounds of physical pain. If he chooses not to, Yutori has to take it instead. She will be the one to choose who takes it, and if she does, the pain will be less for her. Also, they can't speak to each other while she decides, or they both will suffer. The first round, they will be punched by this big nigga. If Yutori chooses herself, she will receive 1 hit, but if she chooses Yuichi, he will receive 3. Yutori has 5 seconds to choose, and if she doesn't, Yuichi will be selected automatically. He hints at her to let him take it, and he does. Oh my goodness. He starts to talk no jutsu to the group, asking why they let a freak ass dude be their leader. He's the leader because he's the smartest among them. Kuroki also says he has the guts, and whatever happens, it won't shake him. Lastly, he will never sell out his friends. Kuroki wants to continue the game. If Yutori chooses herself, she will dance totally naked, so it will be more of an emotional pain for her. So since no one would want to see Yuichi naked, he will gouge his hand 3 times with a knife.
This nigga is crazy.
They get a minute to talk about it, and in the end, Yuichi says he's taking them stabs. I'm not gonna hold you, he took them bitches like a champ. After Yutori bandages Yuichi's hand, Yuichi tells Yutori she can go, and he will stay. He said it could get scary, but Yutori still decides to stay. Yuichi then asks Kuroki if he wants to play a game with him. He chooses them to play rock, paper, scissors. The winner gets 10 million. But if he loses, Yuichi will cut his fingers. If he uses paper and loses, he will cut all 5. If he uses scissors and loses, he's gonna cut off 2. And if he uses rock and loses, he won't cut anything. Thus, it's a safe bet. Yuichi calls the game rock, paper, fingers. Yuichi points out that since his hand is in bandages, he can only use rock and paper with it, which would give Kuroki advantage. Bro started getting nervous though. Yuichi hit him with the classic rage bait, calling him a pussy. Yuichi then starts the countdown and Kuroki throws paper, but ends up losing as Yuichi throws scissors with his other hand. Kuroki starts crashing out and tells his men to beat his ass, but Sukino pulls up in time and puts belt to ass on this big ass nigga. Damn, she moving like that. Yuichi was the one to tell Tenji to contact them for help. Reiko orders for emergency transport to help out Yuichi. Maria reveals Shibe needs their help, and if they participate in the next game, they may save him. However, they will get another 500 million yen in debt. Maria explains that he was left with 500 million in debt when his father died. Yuichi tells Tenji to go, and Yutori decides to go too. They both go into a courtroom with Judge Manabu, who announces the 4th game, Friendship Guilt Court. Then the season ends, just like that, with a cliffhanger of death. No signs of a season 2 years later, so I'ma bounce. Peace.